alongside Caleb Wilfinger. My name is Tyler King here after Penn State's 75-69 upset victory over number 6 Michigan here at the Bryce Jordan Center. Maybe a shock, maybe not a shock. John Beilein certainly wasn't surprised after the game. Even speaking to the media after he got tossed at halftime, he got ejected from the game at the end of the first half. He wasn't surprised. He was very complimentary of Penn State's game and the way Penn State's been in a lot of games this season. And this time, it was different. Penn State was able to close out a game here. It just happened to come against the number 6 team in the country, so it looks a little bit more impressive. But Penn State could have had a lot of games like this against Purdue early a couple weeks ago, and some other games on the road against Minnesota, games like that. So, Caleb, I think the biggest takeaway has got to be Penn State's defensive effort, because it wasn't a pretty game offensively for Penn State, but I think we kind of expected that. But maybe we didn't expect this good of a defensive effort from Penn State.
No, and Penn State, this season has been a pretty solid defensive team toward the middle to top of the conference, depending on what metric you're looking at. But tonight, just the effort and intensity was there, and it really came at all positions. And it started, I think, with Lamar Stevens and translated into Jamari Wheeler making a couple of, huge defensive plays, really sticking to his man Jordan Poole for most of the night. Jordan Poole went 1 for 8 from 3, and I seemed to be frustrated out there. Lamar Stevens was great. Josh Reeves did what Josh Reeves always does on defense, which is, play great. He's arguably the best defender in the league, depending on who you ask. And Stevens, his great defenses, you could argue has gone unnoticed at some point this season, just because of the fact that he's top 3 in the Big Ten in scoring, averaging nearly 20 points a game. He had 26 and again tonight, but made 2 key blocks right at that under 4.
Yeah, in the span of about 30 seconds, he pinned the ball against the backboard twice, and it really felt like really re-energized the crowd here at the Bryce Jordan Center, because Penn State, going into the half, I mentioned John Beilein gets ejected. Penn State was up 16 after 3 free throws made by Roger Bolton to start the second half. So Penn State leading 16 basically to start the second half, and Michigan is able to cut it to 4. You felt like maybe the Wolverines were going to rally behind not having their head coach out there with them. But Penn State was able to weather the storm, something they haven't really been able to do so far this season. I think those 2 blocks by Stevens right over here on this basket, he pinned it right up on the glass, was huge. And like you said, it wasn't a great offensive night. Obviously, 26 points sounds pretty good, but on 23 shots, that doesn't look too great. But other than that, I think it's got to be the defensive effort, and I think that's what has kept Penn State in a lot of these games, because they don't have the offensive star power that they had last year, but they have the effort on the defensive end, grinded out guys like Josh Reeves and Jamari Wheeler, who played really well again today. Had another chase down steal, on a fast break, and I think Penn State now, there's 7 games left in the Big Ten, obviously just 2-11 now, but 7 games left, and they're going to be in likely every one of these games. And they're going to have a chance to maybe steal a couple more wins and build some momentum, maybe even heading into the Big Ten tournament, where they can pick up a win or 2 and maybe make this season have less of a sting on it as it might look right now, because John Beilein said this is a really good Penn State team, top 100 team. He's not overly mad about it, and for good reason. Penn State played well defensively. Obviously, like you're saying, it wasn't a pretty game, but whatever gets the job done, I guess, for Penn State. That'll do it for us here from the BJC. They're going to start kicking us out here soon, getting ready for Thon coming up this weekend. So some pre-Thon festivities in the form of a Penn State upset victory over number 6 Michigan. Stay tuned for all of our coverage after tonight's game and later on in the week.